Hi, this is Wendy. 7 signs your friend is jealous of you and what ancient Stoic wisdom teaches us about handling it. I chose this topic today because in modern times, I swear to God, women are more encouraged to be over emotional wrecks and they're not checked in any way. And people are out virtue signaling as if it's some kind of good virtue to be so emotional, and it's actually not. It is so much better to handle all of your problems with logic and reason. Leave emotion out of it, okay? So that's why I'm doing this show today. So jealousy and envy, two emotions as old as the time, can quietly fester in the heart of a friendship. Sometimes it manifests subtly, other times it's more overt. But how do you know if your friend is truly envious of you? And more importantly, how should you handle it? The ancient Stoics, from Epictetus to Seneca to Marcus Aurelius, wrestle with these very questions, not in the context of modern friendships, but in the broader realm of human behavior. They believed in cultivating inner tranquility by mastering our reactions to external circumstances, including the envy of others. So let's examine 7 common signs that your friend may be envious of you, and along the way, we'll explore the timeless wisdom of Stoicism to navigate these challenges with clarity, virtue, and peace of mind. So number 1, they downplay your success. When you achieve something significant, for example, you land a new job, you complete a personal project, maybe you just bought a house, maybe you got a new boyfriend, maybe you got engaged to your boyfriend, or in some way you get recognized, you got an award at work, could be anything. Your friend seems totally underwhelmed. They may not even like your post on social media. They may just roll their eyes. Maybe they respond with a dismissive, "Oh, that's cool, I guess," or point out how it's not that big of a deal. Perhaps they even turn the conversations back to themselves. So the ancient Stoic wisdom of Marcus Aurelius wrote on this topic, receive without pride, let go without attachment. Your success is a product of effort, chance, and circumstance. A Stoic doesn't gloat, nor do they seek validation. Recognize your friend's response not as an insult, but as a signal of their internal struggle. Don't let their envy derail your sense of achievement. Instead, respond with humility and equanimity. If your success truly threatens them, that's a burden they must learn to carry. Number 2, they copy you, but with a competitive edge. So the signs of this are that imitation can be flattering, but when your friend starts copying your clothes, buying your exact same dress, your shoes, your hat, your jacket, your exact same interests, you like to play tennis, now all of a sudden she's wanting to play tennis. Career moves. You work over in such and such industry, now she wants to work in such and such industry. Or even your language, like whatever kind of slang you might use, then subtly tries to one-up you. It's a sign of underlying envy. So we saw this a lot in that movie, Single White Female. That one friend that went ahead and befriended the other girl and totally copied her hairdresser, her exact same hairstyle, her clothing style. And then she even tried to, date the girl's boyfriend, I believe at the time. Just completely tries to copy your whole life, basically. So the Stoic response would be, Epictetus observed, it's not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them. Your friend's imitation isn't the issue. It's your interpretation of their motives that might disturb your peace. Recognize this copying as a form of admiration twisted by insecurity. Rather than feel threatened or annoyed, hold firm to your path. A Stoic doesn't compete with others, only with themselves. Your purpose is not to win, but to live in alignment with your values. So I would actually take this to mean that you shouldn't copy others. Like if you have a friend, do not copy anything about them. If they buy a red dress, don't go get the same red dress and then show up when you're going out to the bar with them that night. Get your own clothes, have your own style, buy your own kind of car, and don't copycat others. And if you have a friend who's copycatting you, it's saying don't worry about it. Just consider it a form of admiration, but it is concerning, in my opinion, if you're a pretty girl. I really think it is concerning when people do this. So don't feel threatened or annoyed, but you may want to look at this situation a little bit closer. So let's move on to number 3. They subtly undermine you in front of others. Oh, I've had this happen to me so many times. The minute people are in a party or a large event, especially around strangers or new business associates, this person can't wait to throw out your dirty laundry in front of everyone. So the sign of this is, have you noticed sarcastic comments, passive-aggressive jabs, or jokes made at your expense in group settings? These playful remarks often have a sting to them, designed to poke holes in your image or achievements. So this recently happened to me a few years ago when I went with an old ex-friend to a business convention in Las Vegas, and he started throwing out so much dirt on me from 25 years ago regarding my ex-husband. Like, what did that have to do with anything? That was 25 years ago. And he was just trying to, embarrass me in front of new business associates. And basically he undermined his own self, though, by association. So anyway, that's a whole nother topic. On this topic, the Stoic response, Seneca would advise, he who is brave is free. Freedom in the Stoic sense means not being emotionally shackled to the behavior of others. If your friend undermines you, maintain composure. Don't match snark with snark. So you want to ride that one out. Call it out calmly if needed, but always with dignity. Stoicism teaches us to choose our responses deliberately, not emotionally. By refusing to be provoked, you disarm their tactics and maintain your inner sovereignty. This one, number 4, next on the list, they seem happy when you struggle. The sign of this is when things go wrong for you, your friend shows a little too much interest. Maybe they ask probing questions with a tinge of curiosity rather than compassion, or worse, they seem relieved. So the Stoic response on this is envy thrives in comparison. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. Your friend's glee at your misfortune isn't about you. It's about their own misery. Instead of resenting them, pity them, not in a condescending way, but in the Stoic sense as someone lost in the fog of externals. You remain unshaken. Setbacks are a part of life. Use them as a forge for resilience, not as a test of your friendships. Number 5, they rarely celebrate your joys, but expect you to celebrate theirs. So the sign of this is your wins are met with silence or lukewarm applause. But when something good happens to them, they demand your attention, praise, and support. The imbalance is stark and telling. So on this, the Stoic response is that Epictetus taught that a man is not harmed by others, only by his own opinion of them. If your friend withholds joy for your successes, then that's their shortcoming, not yours. Give them what they can't give you. Celebrate their wins, if not for them, but just to train your own character to be happy for others. You are not your emotions. You are the steward of your choices. Practice magnanimity, or being the bigger person, and let their envy die in the light of your grace. Number 6, they gossip about you or compete for mutual friends. The sign of this, rumors start circling. You sense weird vibes in your social circle. You discover your friend has spoken poorly about you behind your back, or tried to turn others away from you subtly. So the Stoic response to this is Marcus Aurelius wrote about this. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice. If somebody poisons your reputation out of envy, Your task is not retaliation, but refinement. Speak no ill in return. Just continue being your consistent self. Time and character reveal all the truth. A Stoic doesn't chase the approval of others or seek revenge. They remain anchored in virtue. So number 7, last but not least, they measure their worth against yours. So the sign of this is in conversations, your friend always seems to make comparisons. If you mention a trip, they mention a better trip. If you talk about your fitness journey, they talk about theirs with an edge. There's a need to outdo you all the time. So the Stoic response on this is Seneca warned against looking outward for validation. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more. That is the poor one. Your friend's comparison comes from a place of lack. Stoicism asks you to step away from that cycle of measurement altogether. Don't compare. Don't compete. Focus on your own development, your virtue, your discipline, your reason. The more you live for your own soul's growth and your own self-development, the less anyone else's envy can even touch you. So, in conclusion, why does Stoic wisdom matter in these situations? So you might be tempted to confront, cut off, or just completely condemn a jealous friend, and sometimes boundaries are definitely necessary. But Stoicism offers a more nuanced path. It asks, what is within your control? Are you acting according to reason or actually to emotion? Are you cultivating virtue or reacting from ego? Rather than letting a friend's envy poison your mood or dominate your thoughts, Stoicism offers the shield of apatheia. Not apathy, but serenity. The kind that comes from not allowing externals to govern your peace. As Epictetus said, no man is free who is not a master of himself. So, what should you do if this happens to you? So here's how you can apply Stoic wisdom when you suspect jealousy in a friendship. So number 1, reflect, don't react. Take time to analyze the situation without emotions. Is this a pattern with this person over time, or is this a one-off, like one time, kind of an off day or off comment? Number 2, stay grounded in your values. Respond with kindness, honesty, and calm, even when it's undeserved. Number 3, limit exposure. If necessary, Stoicism doesn't mean staying in a toxic situation. So you definitely might want to distance yourself away from this person without any kind of drama. Just be less available and withdraw from that person. Number 4, examine your own ego. Are you seeking praise? Are you competing? If so, check your own motivations. Number 5, choose virtue over victory. Your role is to live well and not be celebrated or envied. Or your role is to live well, not to be celebrated or envied. You're just supposed to live well, focusing on yourself, basically. So in the final thoughts, you want to become completely fireproof to where other people's actions or thoughts of you don't even matter. You literally are self-contained. So envy will always exist where comparison lives. But the Stoics teach us to be fireproof, to build an inner citadel so strong that others' opinions, praise, envy, they can't even shake it. You keep your high self-esteem no matter what other people think of you, is what that means. Let your life be guided not by the reactions of others, but by your own reason, your own virtue. In doing so, even the envious friend becomes part of your training, not an obstacle, but a sharpening stone. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, when you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is just to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Don't waste that privilege tangled in someone else's insecurities. So anyway, that concludes my video on ancient Stoic wisdom on this topic of jealous and envious friends. I love Stoicism. My grandmother used to talk about it, and I feel like it's so great for women because women tend to just react too emotionally, and you just want to stay very classy, very self-contained, and not really care about what other people think. Thank you. So thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Like and subscribe, and I will have more content coming to you soon. Thanks so much. Bye.